Cosmic here. Happy 2022. It's been a while. Hey, YouTube. If you've been following me on Twitch, Twitter, or Discord, obviously I've been very active. I just didn't really have a good reason to upload something to YouTube again. Obviously, I took a step back from Legends of Runeterra. I'm still doing the all-in-one spoilers. Obviously, I'm not doing the meta reports anymore due to how different data collection things have been done. But, I'm still helping out where I can. In terms of a digital card game, Legends of Runeterra to this day is still my number one pick. And if you haven't checked it out in a while, please do. Path of Champions is absolutely amazing. That's my little plug for them. But really, it is. I still believe strongly it's the best digital offering out there. So if you're in an area where you don't have a local game shop you can get to, or maybe you just want to play something quickly, Legends of Runeterra is still my go-to recommendation. But that said, it's YouTube. We did cover Legends of Runeterra, to be fair, but, most people that have been following this channel for a while know me from either Force Will for being the head judge, someone who played way too much Dragoborn, even though Bushiroad didn't want to support it as much, and a bunch of other various games that we covered. But today, finally back, and a couple months ago, we kind of got the first news, but I was waiting for the right moment, and then we got too much news all at once. Mike Elliott, one of my favorite game designers, is coming back. And he might not be working on it directly, but a game called Battle Spirits, which has been out for almost 15 years, it'll be 15 years next year, is actually getting a global launch called Battle Spirits Saga. Now, I will be covering this in more detail in a video, hopefully tomorrow, maybe Sunday. I really just want to kind of do this intro video and talk about what's been going on, right? It's been 2 years. I haven't gotten a chance to upload anything, but again, been doing a lot of streaming, and I really just wanted to update and say, hey, if you're still subscribed, or you still got a notification for this, thank you. Seriously, it's been a wild 2 years. Beginning of the year, I got a new job, which has been really great. It's been life-changing, just to say the least, but we moved into a new place. You kind of see a lot of this is bare if you go back to my last YouTube video, and even the streams, if you caught them on Twitch, we recently moved, so there's probably a weird echo. I have to figure out a bunch of stuff. I got a new light, other camera I got's not working, but Battle Spirits Saga. I do have some local players who are interested in helping out. If you're in Michigan, I will be doing a $500 cash circuit. More details on that way later. But also, for everybody out there, there is now a $1 million cash prize pool, and pool in the sense that's being split across a bunch of different tournaments, has been confirmed by Bandai. And for those that don't know, a Japanese card game, or maybe you do know from the Force of Will days, Japanese company doing a cash prizing is kind of a big deal in itself. Now, obviously, this is due to marketing reasons, and, Dragon Ball Super is still doing very well. Digimon's still doing very well. One Piece coming up, which you can actually see up on that side. You can see right there, I have some starter decks for. I went to the Super release, had a great time, but ultimately, I don't like the leader-focused games as much for a lot of reasons. Maybe I covered a different video. Who knows? But Bandai has been doing a lot of great things. And if you know me from, again, either the Bushiroad days, Force of Will days, for me, the two most important things are going to be accessibility. So let's talk about the price range of individual cards. And you might know I've done some stuff for Flesh and Blood, and I don't want to pay $900 to play a deck, which now they're not all $900 to be fair. But if you want to play a Runeblade like Briar, or what was the other Fae was the other deck I was looking up, was also $900. There just becomes a point where I can't feel good about, I love the game. Don't get me wrong. Flesh and Blood's a great game. LSS is an amazing company. They're clearly doing a lot right with the organized play standpoint. So please, if you are nothing but a competitive player and you want a good game to play, it's very good. However, for me personally, I do believe that card games in general should be more affordable, and what Bandai does really well, if you look at Dragon Ball, if you look at One Piece, if you look at Digimon, all their box ratios are very generous. It really reminds me of early Force of Will. The most that you're going to pay for something, unless it's a secret rare, another video, another topic, is going to be $10, maybe. My Digimon deck was $40. Yes, they just nerfed it and killed it, but yeah, I'll buy the new other tier 1 deck for another $40 or $50, and it'll be good for 2 months. I really like that from an approachability standpoint, but also with Bandai, you're not just buying that $30, $40, $50 deck and then throwing the trash when the next set comes out. They do give rolling support. So really, this is just a great way to say that from an approachability standpoint, Bandai has been doing a really great job. And then the next part of that, the other part that I really focus on, is organized play. So maybe you're not familiar with Bandai, maybe you haven't been following their 3 and soon to be 4 games, right, that are coming out. They do a great thing where they have those, normal weekly tournament packs like you've seen for Flesh and Blood and other card games, but they really do have these constant store championships and other like that lower mid-range style events that players can play in. And maybe you're someone who doesn't have a local game shop, right? I realize that's a very real struggle for a lot of players. Or maybe your local game shop is an hour away and that's just too far of a drive to do weekly. I get that. At least with Digimon, and so far with One Piece, and I don't follow Dragon Ball Super closely enough, so someone else will have to keep me honest, but they do have online regionals or bigger online events. I'm actually participating in One Piece's Limited Deck Battles, I think is the name of it. That's this weekend with Core. That's on Sunday. I'm probably just going to go 3-0 and drop because I want to go visit my locals and talk about Digimon and all that other stuff that's going on. But it's a great opportunity for players who, again, might not be able to travel to their local game shop, but still have a way to play in some of these premier events. Now, if we get in the conversation of like regionals and worlds, and if we think about what Battle Spirits Saga is going to be doing for cash events, yeah, you'll probably have to go to events and you're going to miss out on that. Unfortunately, but right, that's what it is. Their biggest premier events are going to have the biggest prize pools are going to be in person. That's just how it is. But there are other opportunities for you to engage with the game and collect it and play with your friends, even if you're either spread out or, again, maybe just can't get to your local game shop. So for me personally, again, I've played dozens of games. If you've been following this channel or me for any amount of times, we're coming up on 8 years of 8 years of doing YouTube content and just card game content in general, right? It's really become important to me as a person and as a, casual content creator, but still try to put stuff out there where I can to find a game that does a really well balance for this. So, and again, this isn't meant to be just a stab, but I know a lot of people are talking about it. It's a lot top of mind for a lot of people, but for me, Flesh and Blood, they tried to do the reprint set. It completely failed. And yes, you have things like Tunic, which are like 150 or 170, where that price range is right now. And yes, you're going to tell people, oh, but you only have to buy one. And then you can put in all these different decks, right? People still complain about Death X and Digimon or Fetch Lands in Magic the Gathering. You can't just say, hey, spend $200, $300, $400, $500, and then it makes a bunch of the rest of the decks cheaper because you still have that initial investment of several hundreds of dollars, which isn't possible or feasible for a lot of people for many different reasons. So that is like the big breaking point, and I sold out of Flesh and Blood. Obviously, I'm still following Spoiler Season. We have a bunch of friends that either, played in Worlds, played in GPs. Obviously, I'm going to continue to support them where I can, but for me as a player and where I want to kind of focus my efforts into content creation, I really have been just blown away by what Bandai has been doing, with their games. And again, when did I start playing Digimon? I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago now, right? So I've completely dove head in. And again, tomorrow's video will cover more what I like, what I don't like in Bandai in general. But I think from an overall perspective, Bandai is truly one of the best card gaming companies out there for how they're approaching their games, how they support the community. And it's not all perfect. There's some questionable bans from time to time, or the timing of certain stuff, or like the constant 1 to 2 week delays, which that's an international shipping thing. You really can't avoid it right now, right? Like every card game is hitting delays if they're printing out of either Japan or Singapore right now. So you just kind of accept it. It is what it is. But again, Bandai is really my big plans and big hopes for the future, at least for 2023. So all that aside, a little bit of a rambling, but what can you expect, right? From me, old Cosmic, after all these years? I don't know what the scheduling content is going to look like, right? Because, we got news today. I'm going to cover it in a video tomorrow, hopefully midday tomorrow. We'll see how editing and all that goes. But who knows? We don't know when the next Battle Spirits Saga news is going to drop. Obviously, you can follow me on Twitter at Cosmic Plays. Whenever I get around to streaming again, Twitch, there it is. Same thing, Cosmic Plays. I really do want to do quite a few different things. So for me, laying it all on the table, this is what I'm going to be doing over the next, 6 months, because we technically have a release date for the game. That should be April. Who knows? But in the meantime, here's what I'm currently working on. So you might be familiar with the One Piece Dev or Digimon Dev website, which has deck builders, spoilers, a database, like a bunch of different things that would be your kind of one-stop shop for those various card games. I've reached out to the dev. I'm still waiting to hear back. Pricing, timing, all that stuff, but hopefully in the near future, I will be funding or putting the money forward for a database website for Battle Spirits Saga, because if you follow Battle Spirits, it is a game that desperately needs a deck builder. The one in Japan isn't that great right now, so I really hope we can come together as a community and build something great that people can really use and look forward to because of how important things like archetypes or different conditions of cards are, and it's only a problem that's going to compound over time because, yes, if a new card, like 2 years from now, if you look at the current Battle Spirits meta, there are times where you just get 1 or 2 cards printed and like, oh, this archetype gets support, and then suddenly you play this card again, but you don't remember every card within that archetype. So just a simple solution for players is what I'm working towards. And then for those that know, I am located in the Midwest. I'm located out of Michigan. I do plan to cover a $500 cash circuit. This is going to be based on participation from shops. I'm going to do like a seasonal event, so to speak. So you go to your locals, you win, you get 3 points. If you lose, you get 1 point. Tally that up over, again, 3 months. I have to figure out what the release schedule is going to look like. That's honestly what this is all going to boil down to. But at the end of that, whoever has the most points, they're going to be invited to a 32 or 64. Again, all depends on how many players we get. Player tournament to battle off, and we'll do like a top 8 split prize pool of $500 cash. And then again, that's all going to be going on at the same time as Bandai's doing their normal store championships. We already have pre-release event information out there. We'll probably have a cash event I would say early June. It would be my guess is when the first cash event is going to happen. So there's going to be a lot of momentum coming up, right? So a lot of things to look forward to there. And then beyond that, I have been blown away by the amount of people who have already approached me and said, hey, I'd love to help you do content again. And I think it's just people really appreciate what I did for, again, all the Forest Will, Bushy Road stuff that I've done. You can go back through the channel, all the different games I've covered. And it's truly amazing experience just to see everyone come together for that. So again, as of right now, I don't know when this next upload is going to be other than tomorrow for like the next news batch we get, but I am going to stay on top of all things Battle Spirits Saga related. If you've seen my meta reports for Legends of Runeterra, I'm going to try to do those if we can get everyone together on Twitter or using hashtags or Discord, right? Try to find the best solution for sharing decks. And one of the videos I want to do is just like a weekly meta report. Just talk about what people are playing, maybe have some lists, stuff like that. Your typical, here's some spoilers videos, here's some gameplay videos, right? All that normal boring stuff that every other TCG content creator does, right? It's just, it's what you do. But beyond that, I really hope to also have a podcast or something that's more of a collaboration between all the different other content creators, because there are quite a few out there already that are looking forward to Battle Spirits Saga. Again, part of that's going to be money. Part of it is because they realize it's a Mike Elliott game, and he's one of the best designers who ever lived. So it's going to be a good game. It really is. And we have some spoilers. Those are on Twitter and within the Discord, so please make sure to check those out. Again, just Cosmic Plays at Twitter. If you want to see spoilers, they're there. And maybe in the future, once they're more finalized and we have some more information, I'll do another video, but that's just kind of where things are heading. So sorry, I've been gone for 2 years. This year in particular was wild, to say the least, with the new job and everything that's going on. Again, I apologize for probably some sound stuff that's happening right now. I got to get some padding or what have you. But, Flesh and Blood was great. Obviously, got out of it for a bit, not doing much of Legends of Runeterra anymore. And then I played Lost Ark because I think it's a really good game, but I'm not going to do any content on that. It's just kind of my more side piece enjoyment thing. So sorry for a little bit of a longer video. It's mostly a rant too. Just want to talk about where the channel's going, what's the updates, what's the news, but very quick here, rundown at the end if you skip to the end or maybe just want a quick review. So Battle Spirits Saga, big game, $1 million prize pool. Gonna have a video on that tomorrow. Gonna be supporting the game from a normal content creation standpoint. We have videos, metas, all that stuff. Gonna be putting money towards a Michigan competitive circuit as well. That'll have more video coverage on that as well. And who knows, long term, maybe we do commentary for the game. Maybe I just do more YouTube videos. I don't really know what the long-term plan is because from that side of Bandai, I don't know what they do on a content creator to content creator basis, but I'm very excited to see where this goes. So thank you again for hanging in there. I know it's been 2 years. I was quite surprised to see how many subscribers we had. So if you're personally excited for Battle Spirits Saga, make sure to subscribe. Tons more stuff coming in the future. But again, I'm not going to just upload a video to upload a video other than this one explaining what's going on. I'm going to make sure that we have more confirmed news and really make sure I can put together something nice and more concrete than a kind of a longer rambling video. So with that, my friends, I hope to see you again next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. And hey, look forward to more Battle Spirits Saga news soon, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.